earlier than I'm supposed to be down. It's sort of gone 4 o'clock. Fingers crossed, really. But yeah, yeah. So I should end up with an extra night. Just about hopefully getting a swim in daylight, which would be a nice little bonus, I must say. Yeah, and fish until Saturday morning, and then head back for a weekend with the family. So fingers crossed, really. I can't believe I've managed to get down here in the light 2 weeks in a row, really, to be perfectly honest with you. But there we go. Now all I've got to do is have a little drive about and see what swims are available, and see where we go from there, really. Right, let's get this little gate open and see what we find down here, shall we? Well, it's the gate now. It's down the track now. Yeah, I'm sort of headed for one of 4 swims, really. Obviously, with the sort of main swims in winter, and the option is commanding quite a bit of the lake, really. One is the swim I was in last week, and the other swims I sort of fished on and off over the years. So, not really sure exactly which one I fancy yet. But I'll sort of take it. We get to the car park, we'll have a drive around the whole lake and end up back here. See what we sort of find, really. It's nice to get here in daylight to have a little bit of a scoop about to see where everyone is and where people are fishing and casting, and have a quick sort of chat, really. And quickly just get the rods out on the spots and then just sort everything out after that, really. But we shall see. Right, let me go cracking and we'll see where we end up. Well, good morning from a cold, damp, misty start to the day. I came down last night and set up, which was a bit of a bonus because it was Wednesday night and I didn't anticipate getting there until at least in the dark this evening. So, not going to complain about that. The fish were crashing around a lot last night. I was up for a sort of couple of hours with a brew wandering around because I kept getting woken up by some cow being thrown in, you know, that sort of sound you get. And I just, where I am situated on the lake, it can sort of be slightly behind me, to the left of me, to the right of me, so it's very hard at night with the sort of sound travelling around to actually sort of work out exactly where it's going to be. But it is out there and it's feeding, and along with others they're feeding as well, because I've sort of heard a few that I can pinpoint where they are on the far bank, cruising along there. I've seen a couple this morning sort of cruise along as well, so I'm feeling quite sort of positive that I'm sort of loosely in the area. I'm going to get me deeper out later on and see what I can do with that. See if I can sort of locate some closer areas. I literally just arrived on dusk last night and couple of leads on. Went past the sort of area I was fishing last time. I just didn't feel the silkweed was doing me any good. I'm sure when I reeled in I picked it up, it wasn't actually covering the hook or hooking on the hook until actually that point. But it's just that in your mind, you know, you've got to feel the confidence of what you're actually doing. So I've gone out a little bit further than that, but hopefully sort of clearer areas. I'll leave the old rigs on, so when I reel them in, you can see if it sort of picks up any silkweed or anything like that, and it didn't pick anything up like that at all, so it's looking like a good area. Quickly got sort of 10, 15, 20 spawns out over that sort of area, and just put both rods on it, so later on today I'm going to get the deeper out. I want to fish an area to the right, but I know it's incredibly weedy, so it's going to take me a little while to actually sort of pinpoint that. I just couldn't be doing that last night. So yeah, hopefully things will do. I'll have a quick sort of flick and show you out there. That's the day we've got out there at the moment. All very murky and you know, a little bit of autumn colour around and things. It does look very sort of very nice and very pretty, but it's been sort of flat, calm, and nothing really has been going on. That's why my eyes are darting backwards and forwards as I keep watching for anything that's possibly going to sort of show signs of anything fishy at the moment. The wind is sort of the wind is due to pick up, so I want to sort of see if I can see anything before now and then. I think there's 2 people on fishing last night. There's a guy further down to the left of me, quite a way down. I don't know who that is. There's another guy, another little point. I think there's someone to the night there last night. I'm not 100% sure. So we'll just sort of stay tucked up in here until sort of 11-12 o'clock, and then sort of get out and do some stuff. See if we can alter things, see if we can sort of catch myself a fish. All being well, I can actually do 3 nights, which will be a real bonus. Conditions are gradually improving, so the amount of activity from the fish front last night, I'm feeling quite confident that we can sort of do something and catch a fish. Just have to sort of see if we can sort of locate them, see if we can convince them. Funny old time of year I find in this lake, very much on naturals and not on boilies and things like that. So I'm basically putting out sort of crushed boilies, but not many, corn and maize and pellets, so it all sort of breaks down and sinks down in the silt, something to rummage for a little bit. We'll just take it from there realistically, see where we go really. Yeah, that's fingers crossed, eh? We'll see where we go really. Anyway, I shall catch up with you later on, and yeah, hopefully with some good news. See you later. Well, it's just after lunch now. Wish I'd had some lunch, I'm absolutely starving. I think I sort of missed breakfast as well, but we got the old deeper out, went hunting round. Wanted to find a clear spot on the right because I'm convinced the fish are a little bit closer in, or this big fish I'd heard crashing through the night was a lot closer in than sort of like fishing further out the left hand rod. The right hand side of the swim is the most productive sort of side, but it's extremely weedy. I needed to find an area that wasn't that weedy, especially with the silkweed, and I sort of found an area quite close to where I normally fish, and yeah, I've got some of my favourite little pink pepper squids out there with a little pop up on top, and yeah, I'm sure we'll see how we get on really. I've seen fish over the far side this morning in daylight hours and sort of within sort of half an hour ago, but nothing seems to be sort of picking out that bait out there, so I think it's just I've got to split my options. Unfortunately it's sort of like 2 rods only on this place, so yeah, if it wasn't 2 rods I'd leave 2 out there and sort of put the 3rd on the closest spot, which is sort of like the ideal solution to the whole problem, but not in this instance unfortunately. So I've split the rods. Hopefully we've got another 2 nights. We'll see what happens tonight, whether one of them goes off or not, and whether I move them both close or whether I decide to sort of move them back to sort of like the distance. There's a couple of people set up now to do the night, so that might sort of help me sort of push the fish more into the sort of open space that I'm fishing, and I know there's another guy going to come down later on this evening, and I know he's roughly going to fish in a swim sort of opposite me, but sort of left and behind an island, so that will also sort of hopefully all converge the fish where I want to be. There's lots of little bits and bobs and things, topping and things, so I know something's out there sort of feeding, and they've found the bait and things, so sort of obviously feeding on the broken down pellet and the small bits of corn and things, so hopefully that will bring the carp in. attract them to getting their heads down and doing a bit of feeding. Oh, we shall see. Anyway, right, catch up in a bit, see how we get on really. Well, it's slightly turning into a bit of a sunny day. The sun is sort of showing its head over there, over the trees. Still flat calm. I was one point well, we were supposed to get some wind forecast. Yeah, I don't quite know where that's actually gone. Picking up from the southwest, but doesn't seem to be picking anything up from the southwest at the moment. I think I need to check the forecast really. Yeah, very, very strange. But, there's a couple of people sort of set up now, more than before. There's a sort of tall tree way on the horizon in the middle of the screen. I'll zoom in on it. I've got one sort of aiming at that, not very far out. The other one is aiming at those trees there, roughly in the middle, quite a reasonable distance out. And yeah, I shall see. It's sort of, I need to check the weather forecast really. Anyway, it's perfect conditions for yeah, what for carp. Lovely mirror reflections you get though, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. I do quite like that. It'd be nice if we get a nice sunset. You know what I'm like with my sunset photographs. There we go, just have to see really. It's mid-afternoon now, I've had a bit to eat, so that's always good. Got the kettle on at the moment, so can't hang around too long. So I'll see where we go. See what night 2 brings. Well, morning everyone. Well, conditions unbelievably perfect today, absolutely unbelievable. I think it's because I was up so much last night, hunting around looking for fish. I slept all night long and unfortunately still not had a bleep. I had a bream yesterday afternoon, which was very joyous, but I'm not going to complain about that because it certainly showed my spot. It's attractive and people want to feed on it. Fish sort of getting down there. The bream have been around that area for quite a while, so it's inevitable I'd end up catching one eventually. But any feeding fish on a spot is a good sign. They stir things up, they attract other fish to come in to feed. I don't even mind when the wildlife start diving. It's the same sort of effect. There's something out there, it stirs the bottom up, a little bit of cloud in the water. It's the fish attracting things. But yeah, look at this weather conditions, absolutely peach. We've got a nice southerly blow, good bit of wind, good bit of rain. It's absolutely perfect out there. It's about 7:30, 7:45 now, and yeah, I'm a bit surprised I haven't had a bleep. Oh, there's fishing for you. Maybe this will sort of stir them up over the next sort of 24 hours. Hopefully. We are going to sort of lose the rain, but the wind's going to stay. It's going to flip round to the west sort of a little bit overnight, which could be entertaining because it's in my face, but I don't think it's that strong, so just have to make sure the pegs are in the ground properly. Everything's all fine. But yeah, it is looking really good at the moment. I'm feeling sort of confident of a daytime bite really. As I said, I slept from the dead last night. Unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. I think I needed it, obviously. But yeah, I'm not going to move anything. I'm just going to leave everything where it is today, to be perfectly honest with you. So after having that bream on the left hand rod yesterday, that one can stay out, that's not a problem. The right hand rod I might have a look at because of the possibilities of silkweed and things like that. Just put a sort of fresher bait on, maybe sort of up the height of the pop-up if necessary, and take it from there really. Anyway, I'll update you as the day goes by and we'll see how we go really. Well, that's the river over there in the distance. I've completely swapped sides and I'm now down here, this little tucked away swim here. It's always a nice little beauty to be in, I must admit. Makes good for easy packing up because the car's there. Perfect. So yeah, we saw fish over here. The guy that here obviously had to go because he suddenly disappeared. So I quickly reeled in, grabbed a couple of buckets, headed on over here. I don't really know how much bait he put out, but he was sort of planning on doing 2 or 3 nights, so I've just stuck out singles. The point up there, and you got my mate Carp and Kev. I'll also put a link to his videos. I think his videos are slightly better than mine, to be fair. There we go. But yeah, we've come out here. It's along this margin that I've seen fish showing and crashing, so I've got them both along there, slack lined it, and we'll just take it from there and see how we go really. All being well, something might rattle off, don't know, we'll just have to wait and see. So home's all set up just there, rod's just here. I don't like being too far away from my rods. The wind's going to be blowing from the west tonight, so it'll be from behind me. Nice slack calm water along here. Any luck? Well, just never know, do you? Just got to give it a go really. But there we go. That was a quick change of swim. There we are. Well, as you can see, we've moved. It's sort of coming to sort of 4:30 now, so the light's going to start fading. The wind is starting to slightly swing a bit of west in it now, so I'm going to sort of see a little bit of a different change in direction. There's quite a few people on tonight, which is quite good. Get them fish moving around a little bit. I have one minor concern is that we do have a otter troughing around. Since sort of last week it's been spotted a few times. Unfortunately we don't have a fence on this lake. The estate won't allow it, but that is what it is. So I think the fish is what could be why I've seen the fish hiding in the snag and things like that, and not out in the open water, and not hiding in the sort of what's in the weed beds and things like that, which you'd expect them to be a little bit more warmth and thing this time of the year after the food and everything. So I am wondering whether it could be one of the issues, but we shall see how we go, see how we sort of get on. But yeah, it's going to be yeah, I'm glad I slept last night, because I've sort of well, as you can see, I'm quite close to my rods. I've got to be here and I'm fishing up the margin, so I've got to be sort of pretty swift out the bag and things like that. So no door down, no sleeping bag zipped up for me, and I'll probably be up quite late tonight and up quite early tomorrow morning, but I've got to get home. Sort of should be home by 10 really, but I might sort of push that until sort of half 11, 12 o'clock, round about, sort of, as long as it's after I've seen that fish along the margin. So this morning, sort of half the reason why I ended up round here really. Yeah, we'll just have to, fingers crossed, hopefully the wife won't mind after I've been away for 3 nights, just sort of give it a couple more hours, but we'll see. Anyway, let me sort of show you a little bit of the swim and flick it over, and there you go. There we go, just pan round, you can see the, I can't remember if you remember where I was fishing before. There was a little island right in front of me there. That was the island that was sort of my swim I was in, was sort of through the other side of the island on that bank, and I was sort of casting across to along there. I don't want to sort of go out the bivvy too much, because the water's quite clear and I don't want to sort of spook everything. I'm not very far along, I'm sort of 7 or 8 wraps along that margin there, so I'm just going to sort of see where we go really. I was hoping to get some lovely sort of bit of sunshine and along those trees, because you get this lovely orange glow this time of year, which is really, really nice. But I don't think that's going to it's not going to happen tonight. I think we've got a bit more rain forecast. What I can gather from looking up over there, we're going to dark clouds. It's looking very ominous over there. So I think I remember from looking at the forecast earlier on today, there's a bit of rain due about sort of 4, 5 o'clock, and if I look to my right, it's a bit cloudy as well. So just have to see really. But yeah, well, we're happy we've moved. We're glad we've moved. I feel closer to the fish than I have done, I suppose, in the last sort of 24 hours, but we just don't know really, don't know. There we go. Right, it's time for tea. I like to have my tea in the sort of daylight hours. It's quite nice to sit and eat a bit of scram, looking out the door, looking at the world go by, and it's sort of slowly disappearing. Right, any luck, we'll have a fish. If not, I'll see you for a final report tomorrow morning, really. Well, what can we say? Not a bleep. Not a bleep. Fish crashing, well, to the right, to the left. Not in front, but somewhere out in open water. More in the margins than anywhere else, to be perfectly honest with you. But no. So quite, what should we say, surprised, taken back, really. Conditions couldn't have really been any better, really. So just one of them things. They ain't on the carpy food, they're on naturals. Or that otter theory of mine is well, possibly a bit more true than I think. Don't know really, but we shall see. Anyway, I might actually head home a little bit earlier than I was planning, to be perfectly honest with you. Family will be happy, kids will be happy, wife will definitely be happy. So I've been out 3 nights, might be just worth that a good deed. Get me back out a little bit more in the future. Brownie points are always worth their weight in gold, really. Especially with my fishing lifestyle. Anyway, I'll let you know beforehand. Do one more little blog before I go. But yeah, quite surprised, to be perfectly honest with you. Quite surprised. Well, that certainly is it. It is home time. I thought I'd get home nice and early, make the family happy, help the wife do the shopping this morning, and yeah, can't be bad really, can it? It's always good to do things like that. Anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and yeah, catch up with you next time.